Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video.
Pause. So it actually turns out that over 96% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So please, if you enjoy the video, consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell for every single channel upload, and leaving a like and comment. It would help us make better content in the future. And if you do not do any of that, I will eat all 850 of your chicken fingers, and you won't like that. So I would consider listening to what I said. Alright, let's get back to this epic content.
You know that feeling when you pull out a map and then you realize, A, it's f***ing 2020, and B, this is the map for Red Dead Redemption 2. This week, we're going to be talking about Super Mario Party. Super Mario Party came out on the Switch in 2018, and is the 11th Mario Party to come out on a home console. What's weird is that this is the first console Mario Party title that does not have a number, like all the other home console Mario Party games. I guess Mario Party 11 was just too much to ask. So what are they gonna name the new Mario Party games after that? Super Mario Party Deluxe? Super Duper Mario Party Deluxe Plus? Who knows? Maybe they're just gonna go back to numbers and confuse the ever-living shit out of everybody. Anyways, Super Mario Party is just like any other good old Mario Party. By the way, I am aware Mario Party 9 and 10 exist. I played both of them, and the common consensus is that Mario Party 9 and 10 bad because they have cart. I mean, I don't think they're bad at all. I mean, one of the games is good and the other one's Mario Party 10. F*** this game, it's so ass. F*** you, expensive toilet paper. Wait. This is a review for Super Mario Party, not these two games. Get them out of here. I always liked how most, if not all Switch games, have box art inside of the game case. Look at how bland Minecraft interior box art is. Jeez. I've seen toilet seats with more art than that. And since I'm a mega virgin, I bought the limited edition Super Mario Party and Joy-Con bundle. When I mean limited, I wasn't joking. It wasn't even in the store all the time, and even when they had supply, it was extremely limited. You were able to fit that in a box that's like, I don't know, the size of a normal box. Anyways, it came with the game and 2 Joy-Cons. But f*** that, look at Japan's! Also, this box holds exactly 4 Switch game cases. Why the hell do I know this? Anyways, I'm getting way off topic. So how Mario Party works is that you're on a board, you collect coins by winning in minigames, and you use those coins to get stars. Simple, it's genius. But that didn't stop Nintendo from releasing it again, and again, and again, and again. Yeah, you get the picture. Each Mario Party adds new minigames, new modes, and sometimes new characters. Super Mario Party is a return to the basics. Everyone moves independently, allowing more strategy and competition. With a better selection of minigames, and the overall game isn't too heavily relied on luck. I mean, you should have some luck, but you shouldn't have luck outweigh skill. Like this piece of shit, oh my god, what the fuck. Just out of curiosity, I took the review scores of each and every home console Mario Party game, thinking that it would decline more and more, because the common consensus is that the first few Mario Party games were gold, apparently. I mean, I can't say for sure because I don't have an N64, and to my surprise, that wasn't the case. Look at this right here. It shows that the Mario Party series in terms of review scores was going down from Mario Party 5 to 8, and went up by Mario Party 9, and went down by 10. Yeah, it's not surprising, 10's a piece of sh**. And Super Mario Party got a significantly higher score. I mean, that's not surprising. You're basically comparing a chocolate cake to literal shit. Yes, I'm gonna do a Mario Party 10 review, but definitely not this month. Yes, these scores are critic reviews. Not for Mario Party 2 though. It was an 87, but I could not, for the life of me, find an actual critic rating for that. And yes, I know sometimes the critic reviews don't usually reflect on the quality of the game or reflect on the user's scores. But in my situation, the score from the user and the critic wasn't really that much. It wasn't a Last of Us Part 2 or a Pokemon Sword and Shield sort of thing. Holy shit, those numbers are insane. Anyways, about the independent movement in Super Mario Party. It's fine. I mean, I didn't really celebrate that when it first came out. I was just hyped that it was on the Switch. You may hate me for this, but I didn't mind the carts. I didn't really think it was a bad thing. It brought some new features such as boss battles and captain events, and I think those two things alone were just amazing, and I was sort of bummed that they didn't come to the Switch. I mean, how would they implement it? I have no idea. I don't think anyone else does. The issue with this independent movement is that all 4 boards, yeah, there are only 4 boards, which is pathetically low, are actually linear. Mario Party 9 had 7 boards. What the f*** is this? And yes, the boards in Mario Party 9 are also linear, but it cohered with the dependent movement in that game. This time, there are only 4 boards, you move independently, and they're all so linear. What is the point of this? If you want to implement a new feature or put one back, you might as well do it well. If I can move on my own, then why at the very most are there only 2 paths to take? It would be much more understandable if everyone was in a go-kart. But no, they missed the opportunity to make their boards less linear, which is a major bummer. However, they have added some things to keep the game interesting enough. The new additions are really cool, such as allies, for example. They help you on your journey to become the superstar by adding their specific dice block as an option to use, and they get to add to your total roll by 1 or 2. They are also used in a handful of minigames called T-minigames, which I will get to in a bit. I honestly thought they would roll their actual dice block, which would have been absolutely broken. And about the dice in this game, each character has their own unique dice block, having its own strengths and weaknesses. Not all dice blocks are created equally, however. For example, did you know that Koopa's dice block is the shittiest one in the entire game? Did you know that this game has a f***ing tier list? You probably did if I stole your star in a game of Mario Party. Not saying any names here, but you know who you are. So, about the allies, you can have up to 4 allies, which is a bit broken in and of itself. And that does not even consider the items in the game that you can use to boost your roll. For example, there's a normal mushroom which gives you an extra 3 spaces. There's a golden mushroom which gives you an extra 5 spaces. And a poison mushroom which moves an opponent of your choice back 2 spaces. Well, no, it doesn't move the opponent back 2 spaces, it just subtracts that from their roll. And the roll cannot go negative. So if the opponent rolls a 1 and he or she already has a poison mushroom, they're gonna get a 0. And if you get a 0, you actually play the space you are currently on again. This makes the game much more competitive and much faster. By getting a mushroom, you will cover more ground, meaning you have a better chance of getting a star, but at the same time, using a poison mushroom, or any other item for that matter, against an opponent increases the chances that he or she will get back at you, creating a better sense of rivalry, tension. There's also the Coinado, the Golden Pipe, the Fly Guy ticket, and the Buddy Phone. Keep in mind, there's still more items. It's just that there are item exclusives, and I will get to those exclusive items in a minute. The Coinado is exactly what it sounds like. It's a coin tornado, and how this item works is that it steals 5 to 10 coins from a rival of your choice. And the item itself only costs 5 coins, which is a great deal, because you will never lose money on it. You will either break even or make a profit. The Golden Pipe is a bit more on the expensive side, costing 10 coins, or how much a star costs. This pipe transports you right in front of the star, and you'll have to spend 10 more coins to buy the star. So you need to save up a good amount of coins, or not buying other items. The Fly Guy ticket steals an item from a rival. Yes, you use an item to steal an item from someone else. I like that. It is a great way to piss someone off, and I'm all for it. And finally, the Buddy Phone. The Buddy Phone is a phone that calls an ally at random, without the need to land on an ally space. Alright, we talked about the main Mario Party items, so now we're gonna talk about the new modes. So, I'm gonna do something I have never done before. First, I'm going to do a brief review of every single minigame, in 3 sentences or less. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Trek Harder, good cycling game, but I don't like how I have to move my Joy-Con in a weird, uncomfortable motion. 3 out of 5. Slapperazzi, nice name. The game is good. You get into the frame, it's just unfair for smaller characters like Koopa, and easier for characters like Wario. Not bad, 3.5 out of 5. Sizzling Steaks has you cook a cube of meat, and it uses 8 motion controls and HD rumble. You flip it by literally flipping the Joy-Con like a pan. Really cool. 4.5 out of 5. Snack Attack. You get the most popcorn into your cup. I like the name, not a big fan of the gameplay. 3 out of 5. Barreling along, it's like Mario Kart but with barrels. The only problem is that the motion controls can be a bit finicky. 3.5 out of 5. Spheremongers, great game, really fun. I just dislike the fact that you lose your balls if you bump into someone. 4.5 out of 5. Senseless Census. Try saying that 5 times fast. Senseless Census. Anyways, I like the gameplay. However, I have seen this before, but at the same time, it also makes you think and use your brain a bit more. I like that. 3.5 out of 5. Social Climbers, I like this one. You climb to the top of the pole. However, I think the controls are a little sloppy, and there's a small margin for error. 3.5 out of 5. Can't take Pancake. You get the most pancakes into your plate, but you can't take pancakes from the bottom. Pancakes with a star are worth 3 points, and the normal ones are worth 1. Really nice gameplay overall. 4 out of 5. Lost in the Shuffle. It's a memory game. You're supposed to remember which Toad Russian doll has the green doll inside. It's challenging and fun. The only problem is that only one person can pick each doll. 3.5 out of 5. Precision Gardening. You pump the water towards the flower. The idea is great, but it takes so much movement to pump it just once. 3 out of 5. Gridiron Gauntlet. You're on a grid. It is a gauntlet full of charging chucks from 4 directions. Very solid gameplay, but I absolutely hate the fact that you could get pushed into them by other players. 4 out of 5. Candy Shakedown. Using motion controls, you shake the candy out of the jar. It's really fun and competitive. The issue is that the motion controls aren't always accurate, and this green candy can go f itself. 4 out of 5. Fuzzy Flight School. You control a plane and steer it away from the fuzzies. The motion controls are spot on. The game is really fun and has a novel concept. Just don't pull an Arab and crash into everything you see. 4 out of 5. Soaker Crow. It's sort of like a watered down version of COD or Splatoon. You shoot others with water guns. Controls are tight. I think the idea overall is really good. 4 out of 5. Looking for Love. You point the control stick towards the heart. You only have a split second to react to, so keep your eyes peeled. It is a great game. What I like is that the heart is in different colors, so there's the added challenge. 4 out of 5. Cruising for a bruising. You avoid the bruisers by running and picking a path. One path is full of blocks and one is clear. It is sort of luck-based, but not really, because you need to know how to move efficiently and not accidentally run to the corner of the blocks. Pretty good. 4.5 out of 5. Trip Navigator. A maze filled with banana peels. You find your way to the center. If you slip, you get dizzy for a few seconds, so it makes you think if walking all the way around the peels is worth it or just cut through. It's unique and fun. 4 out of 5. Look sharp. You tilt this magnifying glass at just the right angle so it sharpens the image. The name is cool, it is fun and creative. 4 out of 5. Absent-minded. You pick the enemy that is not shown on the top. Pretty cool idea, but I don't think it's the most fun to be had. 3.5 out of 5. Don't wake Wiggler. You pet Wiggler as much as you can within 5 seconds without waking him up. Not the best idea, and the order is random, and there's not much strategy. 2.5 out of 5. Feeding Frenzy. You get as many balls into the Cheap Chomp's mouth as you can. The normal ones are worth 1 point. When it's colorful, you get 3 points. It's a good concept, but the motion controls are a bit finicky. 4 out of 5. Stake your claim. You eyeball the biggest piece on the board. You only get 2 seconds, and when someone picks a piece, you cannot pick it. Great idea. It's really fun. 5 out of 5. Rumble fishing. You're on a cloud and you're supposed to fish the longest dragon eel. The stronger the rumble, the larger the fish. Very creative use of motion controls and HD rumble. Rattle and You pay attention to the type of vibration each enemy makes. You get more points if you choose the right answer first. It also gets progressively harder with each round. I like that. 5 out of 5. Those were just the normal minigames. Now we're moving on to the coin minigames, where the amount of coins you get in a minigame is how many you actually get. In normal minigames, first place earns 5 coins, second place earns 3, third earns 2, and last gets only 1. This is only available in Mario Party and Partner Party, and I will talk about Partner Party in a moment as well. Metal detectors. You look for buried coins and you feel a vibration. It is really fun and competitive. It's just a shame where you spawn and the amount of coins are completely random. Other than that, great. 4 out of 5. Heir to a Fortune. You pick a direction and you get the most coins as possible. If 2 or more people pick the same direction, then no one gets coins. It isn't a really fun game because it puts you in a lose-lose situation. Usually the middle has the most coins. Are you going to risk coins on the side and let someone get those coins you're going for in the middle? Or nobody gets them? This is one of the worst minigames in the entire game. 2 out of 5. Follow the money. It's a basic minigame where you walk towards the money and you have to watch out for obstacles. If you follow, you lose 3 coins and some time. You gotta be careful. It's nothing new by any means, but it's still fun. 3.5 out of 5. Lightning round, sort of what we're doing right now, huh? It's like the previous game, but it's much more competitive and challenging, and there's lightning everywhere, so you have to remain more cautious. 4 out of 5. Timing is money. You time your ground pound to the button with a spinning dial. If it lands on the coin, you get a coin. You can get 1 to 5 coins per ground pound, but if it lands on a bomb, you lose all of your coins, so there's always a risk involved, but it's sort of in your hands. I like that. 4 out of 5. We're done with the coin minigames, and now we're moving on to the 2v2 minigames. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Pie Hard? More like Die Hard, am I right? Ha! Why did I spend 20 minutes making one shitty joke that would only last a few seconds? Anyways, Pie Hard involves you and your teammate getting pies and yeeting them to your opponents on the other side. It's simple and fun. I like it. 4.5 out of 5. Dash and Dine. You and your teammate make a sandwich. Toad yells the ingredients and you get the ingredients to Toad to make one sandwich. But there are other Toads blocking your path for an added challenge. One thing that's sort of weird is that when Toad asks for a lettuce and tomato sandwich or anything without all three ingredients, Toad magically adds it when he makes a sandwich. This isn't a real issue, it's just something weird that I found out. 4 out of 5. Tall Order. You have ice and you're supposed to shred it to make snow. Penguins will move back and forth holding a bowl. When the bowl's underneath you, that's your cue to shred that freaking ice, punk. You do that to make the tallest snow structure. The team with the tallest one wins. It is a great concept, and you have to keep in mind when to shred the ice. Also, the game's on a time limit. You should shred all of your ice before the time runs out. I think it's very cool. 5 out of 5. Making faces. You're supposed to make a face. Their piece is controlled by a claw grabber. One person controls it vertically, the other horizontally. Simple enough. Kinda looks like those mini sections in Mario Odyssey. Whoever makes the best looking face wins. The fun in this game is kind of a mixed bag depending on how well you communicate with your teammate, and sometimes the definition of better face is inaccurate. Like, look at this, I lost by 1%, and mine looks way less retarded than that f***ing Goomba's. F*** you for winning the minigames. The f***ing bastard has no arms, and he wins. Hey editor, can you show how many times Goomba won? Oh god. I will get my revenge on you one way or another. This game's a 4 out of 5. Maths of Glory. It's mostly random. You get a box with numbers spinning around. You hit it, and the number and your teammates' numbers are multiplied by each other. The number then dictates how many balls get shot out of a cannon towards your opponent's castle, which has 50 puzzle pieces, and so does yours. I don't like the random element, but I like how everything looks, and it's all made of puzzle pieces and everything. 3 out of 5. Fruit Forecast. Great name, by the way. It has fruit falling from the sky, and you're supposed to get it into your basket to avoid spiky balls, as that costs time. Great gameplay and idea. 5 out of 5. Nutcases. You're supposed to get the most nuts by feeling a vibration. The stronger it is, the more nuts inside the box. Amazing use of HD Rumble. 5 out of 5. Toe the line. You and your teammate are supposed to copy the thread shape. Whoever gets the right shape the first 3 times wins. 4 out of 5. Perfect fit. You control a 3D piece by tilting it with the Joy-Con, and your piece and teammate's piece are supposed to connect. The game looks really nice, has a good idea, and the gameplay is solid. 4 out of 5. Juice Box, great name by the way, is where you and your teammate are supposed to box the highlighted fruit before the other team does. First team to do it 3 times wins. Solid gameplay, great idea. 4 out of 5. Now we're moving on to the 1v3 minigames, okay? 3, 2, 1. Smash and Crab. The 3 players all control a crab. 2 of them control 2 hammers and 1 of them controls the movement of the crab. And the object is to smash the other player with a hammer. The solo player is more fun because there's more movement and it's not as restrictive. When you're on the other side, it depends on your communication with the teammates. 3.5 out of 5 for 3-player mode, 4 out of 5 for solo. Off the Chain is where the solo player rides an uncontrollable chain chomp. My god, the controls are so slippery, and the team is supposed to avoid the chain chomp until the time ends. It's more f***y as the solo player, so 2.5 out of 5 for solo team and 3.5 out of 5 for the other team. Dust Buddies, a sucking contest essentially. Whoever vacuums the most dust by the end wins. The team controls 1 vacuum. Meanwhile, the solo player controls one by himself. So it's up to the team to communicate with each other. I mean, that's most of the game, so it ain't nothing new. Solo player, 4 out of 5. Team mode, 3.5 out of 5. Sign, Steal, Deliver. The solo player controls a drone, but can only carry 1 box at a time. The team has to go up the stairs to get boxes and load them into the truck. What's cool is that the solo player can steal one of the team's boxes while it's being carried. So 4 out of 5 for solo and 3.5 for team play. Dart Gallery. Each team gets darts to throw at the solo player, and the solo player drives away from them. The team uses some darts to trap the solo player, and then basically grant some free shots. If the solo player gets shot 3 times, the team wins. But if they run out of darts before they shoot the solo player 3 times, the solo player wins. 4 out of 5 for both sides. Block and load. Both sides are supposed to knock a wall full of wooden blocks down completely. The team can shoot multiple times, don't have to wait for reload time, but the cannonballs are small. Meanwhile, the solo player can shoot big balls, but the cannon is slower and takes time to reload, so it makes you think where to shoot the ball. But if you f*** up as a solo player, you gotta wait to reload again. I like this one. 4 out of 5 for both sides. Drop shot. The solo player has to hit the team off the wall with bombs before time runs out. The team tries not to get hit. What kind of stinks is that you have to pay attention to the bomb going to your racket and where you aim the bomb, so 3 out of 5 for solo, and 4 out of 5 for team play. Popping spree. The objective is to punch the lit up balls. Each punch nets 1 point. Whoever fills their respective meters wins. Solo player is inside the square. As for the team, they're outside. 4 out of 5 for both sides. Drop quiz. A video plays and the solo player decides what the other player should be quizzed on. Nobody knows the question presets that come up after the video plays, so you don't have a good idea what the question's gonna be, and the solo player just picks a question. This ain't really a minigame, not much of a game element to it. Also, the quiz is multiple choice. Whoever stands on top of the right answer proceeds to the next, and whoever doesn't falls down. 2 out of 5 for both sides. Fucking piece of ass. Both sides try to hit bombs to the other side. If a bomb reaches the ground on the other side, then it's worth 1 point. Solo player has a big racket and the team has smaller racket. It's decent. 3.5 out of 5 for both sides. Alright, we're gonna take a break for now and talk about one of the new modes, and then talk about their respective mini-games. This new mode is called River Survival Raft, which involves 4 players rowing an inflatable raft to the end within the allocated time. At first, you're only given about 60 seconds, but you can increase that time by popping those big red balloons. And those balloons aren't just any normal balloons, they're minigame balloons. And when a minigame pops up, depending on how well your team performs, you will get extra seconds. Basically, your success is dictated by how well your team does in the minigames. They're not like your typical minigames, as it requires competence, proper execution, and communication. You will need to tell your teammates what to do and vice versa. It can get a little hectic sometimes when someone f***s up and ends up f***ing the entire team over. There are also ranks that tell you how well your team has performed in each minigame. There's C rank, which is the worst one, which only gets you 10 extra seconds. B gets you 20, A and S rank grant you 30 and 40 seconds respectively. You can also high-five each other at the end of each minigame to get an extra 3 seconds. I think it's a nice feature to high-five each other, but the only reason why I give a shit about it is because you get an extra 3 seconds, and you know, 3 seconds is 3 seconds, you know? I'll take any seconds. And what makes me pissed off is when one of the teammates refuses to shake their Joy-Con and just leaves everyone hanging. They're like the heel of the bread. There are also different routes you could take. I heard online that the left route is harder, but I didn't notice because I'm a f***ing gamer. And now we're gonna be reviewing the River Survival Raft minigame. 3, 2, 1... Let's go. Net worth. Each person controls one corner of the net and the fish swim over the net. You shake the Joy-Con to lift up the net. However, all 4 players must shake the net at the same time in order for the net to be lifted. The net needs to be lifted at the right time, when there's the most fish. Regular Cheep Cheep are worth 1 point each, a Golden Cheep Cheep is worth 3 points. This minigame is fun and addictive, and it's so nice to look at. 5 out of 5. Sort of fun. A random type of ball falls into a random player's hands. Each player has a specific basket for a specific ball underneath them. You have to hand over the correct ball to the correct player. Each ball placed in the correct basket is worth 1 point, but if it's in the wrong basket, then minus 1 point. This game depends on your team's competence. If your team's full of dipshits, you might want to forfeit, my nigga! 4.5 out of 5. You throw a boomerang towards the sandy pokies, which is worth 1 point, and if the pokey's short enough to be hit on a head level, then it's worth 3 points. They move around from side to side. I'm so sorry. 4 out of 5. Penguin pushers. You get all the baby penguins to their mother. The thing is, they're cheeky little f***ers. It's so hard to get a big group of them past the gate because they're so busy running off elsewhere. Also, it doesn't help that everything's in ice, making the controls sort of f***y. It's not terrible, however. 3.5 out of 5. Isthmus Be the Way. It's more or less a relay race involving each person to pass a bomb to the next team member across a thin, wacky path. However, if you fall, you cost the team some time, so you better be careful. Pretty cool minigame, has some nice fireworks at the end. Go with the flow. You crank a fan, and that fan moves a hot air balloon. You're supposed to move the balloon in a way where you get the most mini balloons. Each player gets to crank their respective fans. This one's pretty cool and original. 4 out of 5. Minor setbacks. Each player controls a portion of whatever the hell this is, and as a team, you're supposed to move diamonds from one side to the other, while avoiding obstacles such as piranha plants and sluggish controls, which is unfucking avoidable. I also hate it when one player touches a piranha, or vice versa, and the entire team turns into a bunch of busy idiots and takes forever for them to get back up. 2 out of 5. Fetch quest. You're in an underground location, and the team is supposed to collect all the gems and exit appears, and they leave. There are some gems that are just out in the open. There are also some gems that require a button to be constantly be pressed for them to be accessible, so it really requires a team to do this. I like the way it is executed into this minigame. 4.5 out of 5. Suit Yourselves is a minigame where you're supposed to memorize a suit of a card. Kamek/Magic Koopa pulls out. Hold on, wait a second. Ah, he's male. Okay, whatever. He swaps one card's position or the entire collection of cards. Each team member can only pick one card each, meaning you either have to remember all 4 cards' locations or tell your team very quickly which card you're going to take. It also helps to be specific about it. You can't just say, oh, I'm taking the f***ing card on the floor. Great game overall, 4 out of 5. Fireplace Race, a mission to light all of the candles before time runs out. You are sitting in total darkness with brief moments where you can see everything thanks to a thunderstorm outside. There are 30 candles in total. There are bats that take you back to the starting point. I hate that, but they also fit in this setting. An old mansion filled with darkness. 4.5 out of 5. The final selection of minigames are the last ones, and are also the main, and they're called group minigames. You see, these types of minigames are special because your allies provide you with an advantage, such as taking more hits or collecting objects faster and so on. And I'm going to review those games too. This script is getting way too long. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go! Rowboat Uprising is where you and your allies are supposed to row an inflatable raft from one point to another. So it's basically a watered down version of River Survival Raft, which is kinda cool but also kinda lazy at the same time. 3.5 out of 5. Train in Pain. You control a minecart that has a big boxing glove in front of it, and the idea is that you're supposed to punch your rivals from behind. Normally, if someone gets hit once, that person already lost. However, allies are used to absorb your punches. For example, if you have one ally, you could take in one hit, and so on. This is incredibly wacky and fun. 4 out of 5. Pull it together. It's tug of war, but in order to pull the rope, you gotta fucking mash the shit out of that button. Your allies will also help you pull, giving you a massive advantage. Also, this actually happened not too long ago. I was mashing like mad, and the rope was getting closer to my side, and in the last second, it went back to the middle, not even on the other side, and I somehow lost. I feel like the game doesn't get in all my inputs. 2 out of 5. Hammer and Sick'em. You have a balloon on your head, your allies defend you, and if your balloon gets popped, you're out. But if you pop someone else's balloon, he or she is also out. It's simple, but not like something I haven't seen before. Not bad by any means, just not that creative. 3.5 out of 5. It's the Pits. You're on a circle and a pink light while there's some suspenseful music playing. If the music stops and you're on the pink region, you fall to your doom. I like this one. It keeps you on your toes and gives you a little time to react, making sure you pay attention. It's sort of like reverse musical chairs. Just for Kicks is a soccer game like in Mario Party 9. However, the presentation looks way better. Sure, they didn't change it much from the old, but I always like that type of gameplay more. 4 out of 5. Bumper Brawl. You and your allies are in separate capsules, and the object is to knock your rivals off. You can hold the button for a charged attack, but there's a risk that you remain idle for a bit. This is the epitome of wacky fun. 5 out of 5. Live Potato. It's a hot potato with bombs. F***ing amazing. 4.5 out of 5. Get over it. You jump over a growl. Yeah, that's what they're called, by the way. What's cool is that it could come from either side and constantly try to trip you up, like going slow from one direction while going Sonic mode through the other. It's simple and fun. 4.5 out of 5. Have that battle. Get the shiny pieces, but you're restricted to one side. You can only grab one half and meet your ally on the other side, holding the other piece. I'm probably going to do a crappy job of explaining this one, so here. You get it? I think this one's a cool minigame with a brand new element. The gameplay is honestly really fun, and I think this is probably a 2v2 gameplay. I'll check in the editing. 4.5 out of 5. Now we are moving to Toad's Rec Room. It's a room that has a bunch of longer minigames. Don't worry, there's only like 4 in total in this mode. Mini League Baseball. It's baseball but tiny. Everything looks like it could be part of a toy set. I really like that art style. What they determine as a home is random, causing one team to be way the frick ahead. Yeah, I lost, shut up, but it was honestly very fun. The only problem is that the baseball doesn't even cross the foul line, just considered a foul, which kinda stinks and kinda goes against the rules of baseball. 4.5 out of 5. Puzzle Hustle. You try to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. The easier ones are 8-bit, while the harder ones are 16-bit. You could also play this with friends, but it could get a little hectic. It also plays a little jingle and animates the character for a bit once you're done, which is really nice. 4.5 out of 5. Shell Shock Deluxe. A tank minigame that lasts for a minute, and you're supposed to shoot the enemy tank as much as you can before the time runs out. The only problem is that you could do this. 4 out of 5. Okay, phew. Let's just breathe, calm down. And I'm gonna talk about another mode. There's just a handful of modes left. This one mode I'm about to be talking about works really well with the hardware capabilities of the Joy-Con. This mode is called Soundstage, a selection of exclusive minigames that require you to be on the beat, while music in the background is playing. There are 3 difficulties: normal, hard, and remix. So now we're gonna review them all. You ready? Psych! That. Most of the minigames are the exact same in terms of controls, but almost all of them are actually genuinely fun, except for Fiddle on the Hook, because I suck ass at that one. And the final mode in this game, Mariothon. This is a mode where, depending on how well you perform in each minigame, you get more points. So it's not just about being the last man standing. It's about staying in that position. Sadly, there are only 10 minigames, which is a major bummer. You can also customize your own cup. There's also Mariothon Online. If only the normal Mario Party mode was also online. That is such a missed opportunity. Well, let's look on the bright side. The online mode is very good. I haven't had a single connection issue. And you can also play a minigame while you're waiting for others. And if there's a missing slot, it gets replaced by a computer player, so you don't have to wait for that long. And in this footage right here, there's only one computer player. I refuse to believe it's an actual computer player. That's someone who got high off of scented markers. You also get points, and if you get enough, you can get stickers and then use those stickers to make a picture. This is clearly an unnecessary addition to the game, but it's nice, because it shows that they weren't going for the bare minimum. Or they weren't trying in the other modes. So then they made us a little distraction to make it look like they were putting in effort. We may never know. You earn party points by doing simple things like playing any mode, for example, or any minigame, or just doing something in Mario Party. Then you use those party points to get advice and stickers. I don't know, I didn't really care about it. I just stocked up on hundreds of thousands of party points and then just bought everything. Yes, this clip is being filmed the next day, but I just forgot to talk about the final mode. And I really don't want to make this a second part. I just want to make this one big video. It's just going to be like a big one and done. So, the mode I didn't discuss, mainly because I haven't played it in so long, is the single player mode. How it works is that you're supposed to unlock all of the mini games first, before you even get to play the single player mode, by playing Mario Party over and over again. And if you don't have any friends, play by yourself, you f***ing loser. Anyways, single player mode is where you play a bunch of minigames at a time, but with different rule sets. Let's say in the fruit forecast minigame, maybe the game tells you to get at least 100 points or more, or something like that. If you clear condition, you move on to the next level. If not, you failed. And I actually did beat the single player mode, but it was a really long time ago. I think it was like a year ago. And there was a master mode, and I honestly didn't feel inclined to play that, just because I got all the enjoyment I needed out of a single player mode, and I just didn't feel inclined to do it again, but with harder difficulty. I honestly don't know what you get by beating the master mode, but we may never know. What's good about the single player mode is that that's how you unlock the characters. You're supposed to progress to a certain degree so you can unlock all of the characters. So I unlocked all the characters I needed to unlock. There are only 4 unlockable characters, that being Diddy Kong, Pom Pom, Donkey Kong, and what was the other one? Okay, thank you. Speaking of the characters, let's talk about the character roster in this game. The character roster, it's alright. It could be worse. It's not the best either. You know, we have a single f***ing Goomba. Why do we have so many enemies? Why don't we have any cool characters? If only Kamek was back from Mario Party 9, that would have been awesome. Honestly, the character roster isn't bad. It's pretty average, you know. Anyways, I give this game 4 broken Joy-Cons out of 5. It's very good overall. Sorry if I didn't talk about everything in this video. Super Mario Party does a lot of things right, such as the abundance of modes, quality minigames, such as Die Hard and Sphere Mongers. The only major downside there is the missed opportunities they could have easily taken, such as making a more robust online mode with a bigger selection of minigames, or having more modes online. The lack of boards and the linearity of them as well, but it's overall a great game. I can't believe a fucking party game is longer than my Odyssey video. Take care, and I'll see you later. Alright, this is the last straw. I'm gonna f***ing destroy you, Goomba, once and for all. Shit, the controls for this game are very f***y. They're making me look retarded. Bam, gotcha. Son of a bitch. Gotcha again. This is master difficulty, by the way. I'm gonna take advantage of him spawning there. Ah, we both died. I lost. You know what? I have a better idea, which is also subsequently the best feature in this entire game. Take that, and that, and that, you son of a bitch.